Recording. Hello and welcome again. Many students have joined to our coffee class with Mr. Ilias, accounting coffee class. Again, we'd like to show you ACCA. I'm a proud member of ACCA. I've done my CAT, AHE, and yeah, even masters from United Kingdom, been teaching accounting for many, many years. Thank you for joining in. I can see quite a few: Claire, iPhone, Joe, Mohammed, Teresa, Kat, and many students have joined. Brilliant. And yeah, Kat is trying to connect with the audio. Today is our second day of the week, actually weekend Sunday in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to do a little bit of management accounting. This is a coffee class. So by the time we finish our coffee, our lesson is done. Sharing the screen with you, all of you. Here we go. Management accounting. I believe all of you can see my screen. And today we'll be talking about cost behavior. Many of you are doing AAT. Most of you, almost 30 students, they enrolled for this coffee class, and most of you are from AAT. So if you're doing AAT, this is the first book from level 2 for costing, basically. Principles of costing you're doing. If you are doing ACCA, started with Foundation in Accounting, we call it Management Accounting, MA1. So in the Management Accounting, we have the costing, different types of costing as well there, especially cost classification and the behavior, or even if you're doing GCSEs or A-levels, costing is an important part. So people, our short lesson, you have taken out your time. So that's me giving you time, your expert tutor, especially for A-levels, ACCA and AAT. You can ask me any questions anytime, raise your hands, talk to me. People are still joining. So many students are joining in. Are you ready to start for today's topic? A very small topic, a very, even a quick chapter. Yeah, you can write it back to me. Ready to rock and roll? Who writes it to me? Everybody should be very proactive, yeah? With pen and paper, you should. I have my digital pen, and you can write through the chatting options. Ready to rock and roll? Write it back to me. Come on, everybody, even if you're using a mobile phone. Yep. Cost behavior, we're going to talk about it. A very basic and fundamental topic of costing exams or costing syllabus. If you're doing AAT, cost behavior is this chapter. The first 3 chapters are very basic. Maybe next lessons we will be going over. Today is cost behavior. Let's get started. Yeah. Here is the, you can see my screen. Cost behavior, we can finish all of it here, but I'll still go a little bottom down. What are the types of costs in terms of behavior? How does a cost behave? Cost can be fixed. Give me some examples. Come on. That remains fixed, whatever is your level of activity. What do you mean by level of unit output? Like we are buying and we are producing pen and selling it. So the more we produce, the more it should cost us, shouldn't it? Yeah. That is an example of what? The more pen you produce, let's assume each pen is £2. I produced 1,000 pen. So £2,000 costing. If I produce 100 pen, it should cost me £200. Yeah. What is an example of this? Who writes it to me? Come on. Who tells it to me? This is an example of, come on. The more I produce, the more should it cost me. Varying, isn't it? The cost is varying with the level of activity. Thanks for writing. Not a right answer. Don't worry. Many of you are newbies here, just starting your accounting. You can do mistakes. Don't worry about it. That's why you're learning. Okay. If it goes up and down with your level of activity, that's your variable cost. This is your variable cost. Changes with the volume. Yeah. If I'm producing 100 unit, it should cost me £200, as I said, £2. Yeah. If I'm producing 1,000 units, it should cost me 2,000. Variable cost, simple. How about fixed cost? Examples are rent or fixed salary or fixed any amount you're paying fixed. Yeah. Rent, rates, and insurance. All these things are fixed cost. That doesn't change with the level of activity. What do you mean by stepped cost? Do you see the steps on the stairs? Yeah, it remains fixed for a certain level of activity. Let's assume, let me give you an example here. For example, I have a storeroom where I can accommodate 500 kg of whatever my items are. Many students are still joining in. My request, join at 10 a.m. please. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. But this lesson is recorded. You're going to get benefited. Okay. 500 kg of my items I can store in a storeroom. And the rent of that room is £200. What if I have 505 kg, 1 kg, or 600 kg, 700 kg, until 1000 kg more, 500 more, I need to take another room, don't I? £200 more. That's your stepped cost. Make sense? Yeah. A little challenging. Step cost sometimes, students. So 500 units, my cost is £200. 1000 units, 1000 units, my cost is £400. Easy peasy. Step cost. Yeah. When you do accounting with Mr. Ilias, an accounting lecture, London educators, things are easy. Yeah. Thank you. Now we got fixed cost, stepped fixed cost, variable. There is a semi-variable or semi-fixed cost, we call it. Semi-variable or semi-fixed cost or mixed cost. Sometimes we call it mixed cost. Basically, the name gives you the answer. Semi-variable means half of it, part of it is variable and part is fixed. So what can be an example? Think about it. Which mobile contract you use? Telephone bill. Good. Thank you, Claire. Other people should participate. Yeah. So I use EE. So every month I pay EE £70. Let's assume £70. That's fixed. Whether I use phone calls or not, whatever, £70 fixed. I have a data plan, mobile, like call plan and text, doesn't it? Plan. If I go beyond that plan, I will have to pay more. That is called variable. So bit of fixed and bit of variable. You know, the chapter is finished, to be honest. This is a nice and good chapter. We can finish an AAT chapter in less than 10 minutes. It's just 4 minutes in our video. This is a fixed cost and variable, semi-variable. I said it. We're going to do a little bit of questions. They gave you some illustrations you can do. Quickly asking you. They gave you the answer, by the way. This is a graph of variable cost, yeah? But, you know, I said the price of this 1 pen is £2, yeah? That is called variable cost per unit. That also looks like fixed cost in total. You can rewatch the video. It will make more sense then. Yeah, I repeat, variable cost per unit looks like fixed cost. Like it is £2. That's it, £2. Yeah. But when I do like the more I produced, it looks like this. Yeah. Variable. It varies the level of activity. Now, everybody knows that this is a fixed cost, FC in total, like the rent of my room is, or the flat is £5,000 or £500 or £1,500. Yeah, that's correct. Whether I produce 0 unit, 500 unit or 1,000 units, no matter, it's fixed. How about fixed cost per unit? Fixed cost per unit goes down. Like if I produce 0 unit, my total cost, let's assume £2,000. But if I produce more unit, 500 unit, 1,000 unit, it's going to go down. We divide it by 100. Yeah. Then that's here and that's here. Slightly getting challenging. You need to take the challenges. This is a professional accounting course. You need to learn like that way. And step cost, I gave you an example already. Yeah, 1 room or 1 supervisor. Example could be supervisor. 1 supervisor, if you hire, you're paying him £200. If you have 2 supervisors, you need to pay £400. The more. So that's how you go. But the step cost example is like 1 supervisor can manage 10 employees. So what if you have 11 employees, 12 employees, 15 employees? Until 20, you need to have another supervisor. So I already gave you 2 examples. We're going to do a couple of activities, yeah, before we finish the lesson. Almost the lesson is getting finished. And my coffee is getting cold. Well, activity 1, who gives me the answer? I'm reading it for you. Sleet Limited makes garden benches and incurs fixed cost 20,000 per year. Okay, calculate the fixed cost per garden, fixed cost per unit. Simple, yeah? Fixed cost per unit. We know the fixed cost is 20,000 per year. For 100,000 units. Yeah, someone is giving me the answer. 20,000 divided by 1,000. So 30 gone, 20 is the answer. That's the right answer. Those of you giving me the answer. And likewise here, yeah, 20,000 divided by that, divided by that, divided by that. What do you get here? 2. Do you get 2 here? You get 2. And maybe 0.2 here, do you? And maybe 0.02. Likewise. Brilliant. That was nice and easy. This is an example of fixed cost per unit. Or just a simple calculation, year 2 calculation. Now, that was an example of semi-variable cost. Yeah, semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. Now, activity 2. We're going to go and do activity 2 with, altogether, asking you the questions. Those of you participating, brilliant. Those of you not, please take into the join the participation group. Yeah. Boomerang, what a name. Yeah, limited to the manufacturing of luxury businesses. So Boomerang is a manufacturing of luxury businesses. They said ticket. Classify the following costs as either fixed, variable, whether fixed or variable. Lease of a boat building. It's a long term, isn't it? What do you think of it? Long-term stuffs are fixed or variable? Come on.
Fixed.
Who writes me? Come on, quickly. Paint and varnish. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 4, 5. Yeah. Only fixed and variable. Okay, now go to the 1 first. Oh, go to the 1 first. Then give me the answer. 1 fixed or variable. Who writes me? 1 is fixed. Yeah.
Fixed cost.
Lease
Yes.
cost. It's a fixed. 5 years lease, 10 years
Fixed
lease.
cost.
Yeah, thank you. Lovely. Thank you, those of you joining in. Painting.
Variable cost.
Painting and varnish. What do you think of it?
Variable.
Yeah, variable. Yeah, variable. Thank you. Designer salary. Whosoever salary.
Fixed.
It's not wages.
Fixed cost.
Salary. Salary are fixed. Brilliant. Materials of labor or material, whatever it is. Materials of sale.
Variable.
Materials is a VC, variable. Oh,
Variable.
fixed, variable. How about the last one? Insurance. Insurance
Fixed cost.
of anything. Someone is writing. Insurance is fixed. Oh, that's a nice one. Fixed, variable, fixed, variable. Yeah. Brilliant. I think that's all for today. And welcome again for joining in. Many of you have joined. That's brilliant. And rest you can do as a homework. Activity 3, 4, and 5. That's the end of this chapter. Can you believe it? We have finished a chapter from AAT in just less than 10 minutes. That's really good one. Thanks for joining in today. See you next week. If you are really interested, do let me know through the what do you call it, emails and all. I will be trying to get back to you. Also, you can always visit my website, accountinglecture.teachable.com. Yeah. So see you next week. It's a goodbye for today. Thank you. See you next week. People are saying, where can I download this? You need to buy from BPP. Yeah, Amazon, please. Any more question? And if not, then we can say goodbye. Our time allocation, 10 to 15 minutes we set for today. Welcome, Kate and Claire and everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for today.